The rain came down in sheets, turning the quiet suburban street into a watercolor painting of blurred streetlights and dark, slick asphalt. I was wrestling with a stubborn grocery bag when I saw him. Just a shadow at first, huddled under the dripping leaves of a Japanese maple. Then a pair of eyes caught the distant light shining with an impossible, brilliant blue. He was soaked, shivering, and looked utterly alone. Against all my better judgment, I whispered, "Hey there," and opened my door. He didn't hesitate. He walked right in, shook the rain from his sleek black fur, and instantly owned the place. I decided to call him Leo. The first few weeks were ... normal, or what I thought was normal for a cat. He'd nap in sunbeams, chase dust bunnies, and purr like a tiny motorboat whenever I scratched behind his ears. But then I started noticing the little things. The way he'd sit by the window, not just looking out, but tracking the moon across the night sky with an unnerving focus. His bright blue eyes seemed to glow faintly in the dark, not with the usual green reflection of a cat, but with a soft, ethereal light of their own. One evening, a heavy branch, weakened by a storm, snapped and came crashing down toward my bedroom window. But just before it hit, Leo, who had been sound asleep on my lap, shot up with a yowl I'd never heard before. It was deep, resonant, and seemed to vibrate through the entire house. The branch stopped, hovering an inch from the glass, then slid harmlessly to the ground. I stared, my heart pounding in my chest. Leo just calmly sat back down, licked a paw, and looked at me as if to say, "You're welcome." He wasn't just intelligent, he was protective, supernaturally so. The mystery deepened a week later. I came home to find a small, rolled-up piece of parchment on my doorstep, tied with a single strand of what looked like silver thread. There was no one around. My hands trembled as I unrolled it. The writing was elegant, almost ancient, and the message was simple. He chose you. Protect him when the moon is full. He is a guardian of the veil, a guardian of veil. It made no sense, yet a cold dread mixed with wonder washed over me. I looked at Leo, who was now perched on the windowsill, his gaze fixed on the waxing moon. His blue eyes seemed to hold the wisdom of ages. The night of the full moon arrived with an eerie stillness. The air was thick and charged. Leo was agitated, pacing the length of the living room, his tail twitching. His soft purrs were replaced by low, anxious growls directed at the shadows outside. As the moon reached its zenith, bathing my yard in a ghostly silver light, Leo leaped onto the back of the sofa, his body tensed. His fur began to shimmer, and a faint silvery aura enveloped him. His blue eyes blazed with the light of a distant nebula. He wasn't just a cat anymore. He was something ancient, powerful, and utterly breathtaking. Suddenly, a shadowy form materialized at the edge of my property, a being of pure darkness that seemed to drink the light around it. My blood ran cold, but Leo didn't flinch. He let out that same deep, resonant yowl, and a beam of pure moonlight shot from him, striking the creature and making it recoil with a silent scream before dissolving into nothingness. The fight was over in an instant. The silvery aura around Leo faded, and he collapsed, exhausted, onto the cushions. I rushed to him, my mind reeling. He was just a cat again, my cat purring weakly as I held him close. Leo stayed with me for another year, a silent, comforting presence. Our bond deepened into something beyond words. Then, one morning, he was gone. The front door was ajar, and a single, perfect moonflower lay on the mat where he used to sleep. There was no note, no sign of a struggle. He had simply vanished. I still live in that same quiet house, and sometimes, on nights when the moon is full, I see a flash of impossible blue in the shadows of the garden. I know he's still out there, a guardian watching over me, my mysterious protector from a world I can barely imagine. My moonlight cat. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you love stories that explore the magical bond we share with our pet, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tales from the edge of reality. See you next time.